What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel today. And had an unexpected turn of events, so took the day off, little vacation day, and pulled out the MV to go get it inspected, and she wouldn't fire up. The kill switch said good night. So let me take a look down here. Basically, yep, there she is. So what happens is this button is supposed to click in and click out, click in and click out, and it stopped clicking. As you can see, I took it apart, I looked inside of there. I guess it's just worn out after what, 14 years. So time to get a replacement. And as you can see, I pulled it off right here, and the wire and harness went right around here. And you probably can't see in there. I'm not going to pull this plate out, but I took that plate off, and there she goes. So, going to have to park this thing again and wait for this kill switch to come in, hopefully in a week or so, get it put back on, and then take it to get inspected. Anyhow, quick update on the bike. As you can see, I still got plenty of life in this R11. It looks brand new. Definitely 2 more days in that. The rear looks good on the left side, but the right is completely obliterated from the 2 days I did on this thing in New Jersey. I'm probably just going to pop it off. I don't really have many tracks around here that's all lefts, and the ones that are around are like really short tracks, so this bike might be a bit much for short tracks, and like New York Safety and Pocono, and and I don't really go to those tracks anymore. So I'm going to pull off that rear and probably throw on a brand new rear for this. But I'll leave this on just to get it inspected, maybe run some errands and stuff like that. But walk you guys over here. See, all my bikes are full of surprises. You can see this turn signal, the rubber just kind of corroded on this right-hand turn signal. On the 02ZX7, I have a spare in the basement. I'm going to get that done, and this one could use a wash as well. It's been sitting, maybe a wash and a wire brush. And ZX9 is looking good. This is ready to go. I'll probably take a little trip on this thing to get it inspected, and then maybe that's it. Change some tires on the H2 later on this afternoon. But guys, sometimes it happens like that. The bikes are sitting for a while and you don't look at them, and then you go to fire them up one day and dang, something goes. Every bike, it happens to every bike, not just the MV. As you can see, it happened to my 02ZX7. It was sitting there for a while, and took it off the kickstand and the light just fell out. It happens. Weird stuff happens when you own these type of bikes, man. And not for nothing, guys. Here, let me sit you guys down again. Not for nothing. When you have one bike, it's easier just to focus on that one bike and always keep it in tip top. But sometimes when you have multiple bikes, they'll sit, and sometimes when you get back to finally grab it, it'll surprise you. And that's just the way it works, guys. So don't get disappointed. But I will say this: it's very important that you have a baseline set of skills. Like, for example, if you have like this could end up costing you a couple $100. Your kill switch is broken. The dealer is going to charge you an hour worth of labor. His rate may be $100 an hour, so you're already in for $100 worth of labor. Then whatever the part costs. I don't know how much this part costs new. Knowing MV, it's probably $100 to $150. I gotta double check, right? So let's just say $125 if you went for a brand new part, plus $100 labor, $225, right? But if you know how to get around the bike a little bit, you can go on eBay, get this part for $40, and that's it. With free shipping, and then just take an afternoon and put it in yourself, right? So what? $250 versus $40, and this is how you get those cumulative savings, you know, when you learn how to work on stuff yourself. You know, trial and error, yeah. You know, when you're first learning, you first start out, you might break stuff, but you got to pay your dues. You know, but in the end, right? In the end, it's worth it. You know, especially when you're running a track. You know, and doing 10, 15 track days a year or more for some of you guys. Or if you just do a lot of street mileage, you know, changing tires is another one. You know, if you learn how to change tires and get yourself a manual changer for about $600-700, it pays for itself after 2 or 3 changes. You know, because you're not going to pay MSRP for a brand new set of tires if you buy them online. The dealer's going to charge you $450 for a set of tires that you could probably get for $275 off the internet. And then on top of that, they're going to charge you an hour and a half labor, right? So $450 plus $150 for an hour and a half worth of labor, right? Now you're looking at $600 for a tire change. But meanwhile, if you just get the tires for what, $250 for street, or maybe $350 for race, or maybe $400, and that's it, and you do your own labor, you're still saving $200 per tire change. So after 3 tire changes, the machine paid for itself, and then from then on, you know, you just rack up the savings. So anything basic. I mean, look, let me break it down for you guys. These are the basic things that I feel like all you need to know how to do. Changing your oil and filter. That's the first thing. Changing your tires. Changing your battery. Changing brake pads. And I feel like those 4 things are like the fundamental things you should know. And 5, checking your tire pressure. Very important. Basic things. Intermediate stuff, how to use a multimeter, checking your voltage, you know, and check the voltage of your like various connectors. What else is what I would say? I mean, that's pretty much a good intermediate skill. I'm not going to overload you guys with too much information, but changing brake rotors, it's another one. You pull the wheels off, you know, changing brake rotors, changing brake fluid, bleeding your brakes, clutch fluid if you have a hydraulic clutch, right? Those are like some intermediate skills. Air filter, right? How to get your tank off, get inside the airbox, get your filter out. You know, and then the advanced skills when you start splicing wires, I think, and maybe start going to the engine, doing your valve adjustments and things like that, adjusting your suspension, right? So they were like different levels, you know, different levels to like, you know, your home maintenance and things like that. Body work is also a basic skill. You'd be surprised how many guys that, you know, have these beautiful bikes and know how to get their tail section on, you know. And then it's not a knock to anybody, right? We all start from somewhere. But take the time and just learn your stuff, you know, and your wallet will thank you in the long run. So that's my little tidbit for today. And I'm going to go ahead and get my replacement kill switch ordered. I may get a couple of them because you just never know. And that's that. So before we go, you know, like I said, working on the bikes today. We're looking to go back out to mid-Ohio. Going to be riding with our good buddy 650 Eve. And I'm really looking forward to that. You guys start praying for sunshine, because if it's sunny out, it's going to be some really good video. And that's coming up in a few weeks. You know, so watch the space for that, and watch Eve's channel for that. I'm sure he's going to have some footage. And we're going to be going out there and picking up where we left off a couple of years ago. And that's that. We got some H2 maintenance coming up. We're going to be putting on some new tires and probably changing the brake pads and the fluid. So that's it for now, guys. Thanks again for watching, and until next time. Alright, fellas, so quick video just to follow up on the first part. MV, like I said, I put it away. I'm waiting for that part to come in, the new kill switch to come in. That'll probably be here in about a week. But I did get my spare turn signal installed. And you know something? All this time I've been riding these turn signals, these rubber things have a metal plate on the inside of them. Didn't show you the other turn signal I had on it, didn't have the plate. So it was flopping around, and I guess over time it just cracked, developed stress cracks, and corroded when it rained and stuff. But you know, like to keep this one looking as OEM as possible. Got a chance to tweak the suspension a little bit. Took most of the preload out. You know, I'm running those custom spacers, so with the stiffer fork springs, I didn't need so much preload, so let it nearly out all the way. Just to let you guys know, when you do that preload mod, it's actually the inverse. So right now, you know, it's got maybe 2 lines showing, but the bike actually lowered. Normally when you install preload, it will raise the bike and elongate the forks. The inverse is true when you do that spacer mod. So just something to keep in mind, guys. So I softened it and then put in 2 clicks of compression dampen. I was bottoming over some bumps, so but it feels a lot more compliant now. One of these days I'm gonna probably either powder coat that swing arm or respray it, or just get a spare off of eBay and replace it. I've scratched it up with the rear stand, unfortunately, when I wasn't paying attention. And the reason why it was so easy to scratch is because the handle doesn't clear the fender, so you have to kind of stand the bike up, lean it on yourself, and then kind of scoop the stand up underneath. There's a technique to it, and when I didn't know any better, I scratched up my swing arm. So gonna give some attention to that in the future. But all good with the O2. So that's it. Just gonna sit in hibernation until we pull it out, and ZX9 is ready to get its inspection as well, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And that's it with the maintenance. Like I said earlier, you know, we're gonna be heading out to Ohio. I'm not sure which other bike I'm gonna be taking with me. With the H2, the H2 is definitely going, but it will most likely be one of these 3. So not really sure yet, but I got a couple of weeks to think about it. I'm good with tires on all of them except for the MV. The MV could use a new rear tire for those R11s. There's a day in these R11s, and the Q4s, definitely a day or 2 or even 3 on them. They're very durable tires. So that's it for now with this update, guys. Gonna go ahead and get the ZX9 inspected, and that's a wrap. But enjoy this visual. Old school, you know me, I love the old school bikes. I'll probably be adding something new to the collection, maybe by next season. Not sure. Looking at a couple of things. I like the F3800. I also like the Calvi 636. Believe it or not, I said I would never buy a 600, but that 636 is a nice bike. And also really good deals right now on GSXR 1000s, which is probably the money well spent. I've seen them as cheap as 10.5, believe it or not. I mean, that's hard to argue with. So I'll keep you posted on my future plans, but for right now, just enjoying the view, the old school bikes, giving them some love. We'll have that MV up and running maybe by next weekend, and we'll be, like I said, we'll be prepping the H2 for mid-Ohio, and we'll be seeing you guys with some epic footage in a couple of weeks. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you're enjoying the content, and see you later.